Greetings, travel professionals, and welcome to today's 2021 Cruise 360 Orientation and Know Before You Go. I'm Stephani McDow, Senior Director of Professional Development and Trade Programs for CLIA's North American Travel Trade Membership Community. That's you guys. I hope you are as excited as I am to go to the Diplomat Beach Resort in Hollywood, Florida for our Cruise 360. Not only is this year's Cruise 360 CLIA's largest professional development event of the year, but it also is the first live event for the cruise industry in 2021. It takes leadership to chart the course of the cruise industry, and you are leaders by paving the way and attending this live event. So you will have fun from the moment that you arrive, but before we get there, let's talk about some information that will help you better navigate your experience and make the most out of it, all right? So let's get going. Sorry, didn't realize that was right there in the front. For today's agenda, we will go over the following: the before you arrive, of course, safety protocol, CLIA certification, our pre-conference program, Cruise 360 schedule of events, and we'll open for Q&A. Now, if you have questions, definitely type them into the questions box or your chat box. And at the end, Justin Whitmer, who is behind the scenes working with me today, will ask your question on your behalf to me so that I can answer it for the entire audience that we have today. Now, if we run out of time and you're not able to get your question answered, please email us at training@cruising.org and we'll be able to get that answer back to you. Now, this year's Cruise 360 is all about bringing us back together as we resume normalcy within the industry. That said, we are not going to give you the usual glitz and glam of our prior events. With this industry's restart, we are in a good period of austerity while the industry is getting back on the horse, if you will. But I guarantee you there's been no compromise whatsoever in our delivering to you the professional development, industry information, and networking opportunities that you've attended this event for. Now, CLIA cares. CLIA and CLIA's cruise lines practice sustainability efforts focusing on the environment. As such, at this year's Cruise 360 event, we will have fewer quantities of printed materials. So for example, utilize your app, and I'll talk to the Cruise 360 app very shortly, but utilize your app and only take an attendee guide if you really, really need it and plan to use it thoroughly, okay? Because we're going to have a limited supply. And we'll talk about the other limitations as far as paper products as we continue on throughout this webinar. Now, let's get into the before you arrive. Before you show up, please build your schedule out in advance. Now, when I say build out your schedule, that means go to cruise360.org and make sure that you have locked in every single session that you're interested in. That goes for CLIA seminars, for the product and destination workshops, as well as for the cruise line webinars and enhanced virtual ship inspections. It is imperative that you are scheduled for those because you hate to be kind of waiting in the wings to see if you're even able to get into the room. Have you enrolled in CLIA certification? If you are enrolled in CLIA certification and you are working to complete your certification requirements, I'm going to encourage you to look at your logbook and verify that your schedule for Cruise 360 appropriately aligns with what are your requirements remaining to complete your certification. If you have not yet enrolled in CLIA certification, enroll before you arrive. And later on in this particular presentation, I am going to share with you some of the benefits of enrolling in CLIA certification prior to your showing up. Now, register for your pre-conference training event. What is the pre-conference event? Well, it's an event within an event, if you will. It's an event that takes place on Tuesday that has a completely separate registration, but it gives you some deeper dives into particular content areas to further grow your business. And I'll talk a little bit about those as we continue to move forward. We want you to solidify your travel arrangements, of course. Now, print your schedule before you come. Make sure that you've scheduled all of your sessions and you print your own schedule to bring with you. If you don't feel comfortable printing your schedule, you'd rather utilize the app, that Cruise360 app, use it. And when you go in there, what you have to do is, of course, bookmark those sessions that you plan to attend. Now, here's something that's super important. The app is not directly connected to the cruise360.org website. So if you choose a session within the app, you have to make sure that you've actually scheduled yourself for that within the cruise360.org. That has to be done. So one doesn't talk to the other, but you want to make sure that you have all of that information together. Now, that said, the app is available. The Cruise360 app is available. We haven't emailed everyone out about it yet, but I'm telling you as a sneak peek. So what you will want to do is go into your app store, find the Attendify app. I believe that's ATTENDIFY app. And once you found the Attendify app, what you'll do is search for 2021 Cruise360. It's imperative that you put that year in to make sure you get to the right event. Then sign up and let the fun begin. All right, more before you arrive. Items to bring. Bring your notepad and pens, blue and black ink or number 2 pencils. This is because you're going to be learning a whole lot, and you want to make sure that you're taking copious notes, not just to pass CLIA quiz, but to learn how to appropriately implement what you've learned at Cruise360 in your day-to-day business. Bring your business cards, because one of the greatest things about Cruise360 is that it's an amazing networking event, right? You can learn a lot from your peers. You can make connections there, as well as connecting with the suppliers and cruise lines that will be there. Bring your Embark ID, because that is just the quickest way to verify to us that you are our people. I'm going to have my Embark ID ready, and I'm going to flip it out for people, and I want you to show it back to me so that we can see how amazing you received that, how quickly you received it. We are current and up to date with sending out our Embark IDs, so we should be good to go there. Wear comfortable shoes. Bring tote bags and dress in layers. Now, when we say dress in layers, just so you know, the attire for Cruise360 is business casual, with the exception of the Hall of Fame dinner. You know, that's an opportunity for you to dress up a little bit and just show yourself off. But definitely make sure that you're dressing in layers. As you all know, going to convention centers or conferences, sometimes it can get a little chilly, so dressing in layers will allow you the opportunity to either put another layer on or take a layer off, just to make sure that you're comfortable within the event. Next, bring your own personal protective equipment. We all learned about PPE in the last, about 17 months, and we encourage you to bring your own, which is a great segue into the health and safety protocol. Now, we're going to ask that you stay home if you feel sick. Even if you feel sick after you've arrived at the Diplomat, we're going to ask you to stay in your room. This is what we're going to encourage folks to do, because we need to take into consideration everyone's status, if you will, regarding vaccination, as well as your own health. We are asking that you wear a mask in public if you are not fully vaccinated. You know, and if you are fully vaccinated, we encourage you to wear a mask based on your comfort level. Some people are fine with wearing a mask, some people aren't. We're encouraging everyone to definitely wear a mask, but if you're vaccinated and you want to go maskless, that's completely on you. We're going to ask you to wash your hands frequently. Nothing I'm saying is new to any of you, right? All of this has been beat into us, or drilled into us, that's probably the better term, while we have been kind of learning how to live in this new norm. So wash your hands frequently. There will be sanitizing stations all throughout the Diplomat in the high traffic areas. Make sure you're utilizing them for the hand sanitizer. And the next thing I'm going to reference is that within the sessions, the time for the turnover between each session will be the time that the Diplomat staff, pardon me, the Diplomat staff will go in and sanitize that room. So everyone within that room is going to have to expeditiously move out of that room as quickly as you can so we can make sure that the staff goes in, gets it sanitized and cleaned up for the next group of folks who are due to go in. Next, I'm going to ask very simply that we take consideration for one another. Express your own comfort level with what you are in regard to engaging with one another. And don't make any assumptions. You know, I know this is an industry of huggers. Admittedly, I am the same, but let's not make that assumption. Definitely ask someone whether or not they're comfortable with it. Next, we're going to ask that you cover your coughs and sneezes with the inside of your elbow. I mean, even if you have a mask on, we want to make sure that this is a comfortable and safe environment for everyone. With regard to the sessions, we're asking that you please not approach the trainers or speakers unless they have otherwise communicated something different. And finally, for the latest and greatest information, you can visit these websites that I have listed here, which is covid.hilton.com, cdc.government, floridahealth.government, visitflorida.com. All of these are options available for you. If you've forgotten any of these by the time this webinar is over, go to cruising.org and look under travel, and there's the health and safety protocol reference there for you. One of the other things I definitely want to bring to your attention is that all of this is subject to change based on the CDC and the state of Florida's recommendations. So definitely make sure that you're working to stay abreast of the information. Now, which certification is right for you? If you know me, you know I am a pusher of certifications because it's the credentials that make you stand out within this industry as well as with your client base. So this is basically a path for you to help identify the pathway that works best for you regarding certification. If you have any questions in which level you should enroll in first, schedule a career counseling appointment. You can go to our website and find that information out. I'm going to dive a little bit more into certifications, but first, let's answer some frequently asked questions that have come into our call center and our professional development team. First question, can I use my attendance and CLIA seminars toward my certification? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what they're there for. Okay, so your attendance at Cruise360, did you know your attendance garners you 40 CLIA elective credits? Show up at Cruise360, that's 40 credits off the top. And then each CLIA seminar that you've passed the quiz to, you get an additional 10 credits. And it's up to you, of course, to, again, review your logbook and look at the courses that you're taking to see exactly how they fit into completing your certification. Next question, will the pre-con certificates apply towards my certification? Again, absolutely. Has everything to do with, again, what your requirements are for your certification. If at any point you have any questions, again, schedule a career counseling appointment with us and we'll be able to assist you. Finally, is it too late to sign up for certification and have my courses apply to my certification? Nope, not too late at all. You can absolutely log on today, enroll in certification, and begin plotting your course. Now, for those of you who have not yet enrolled in certification and you're going to enroll in certification this year, these are the Cruise360 requirements that would fit into your certification requirements. Let me clarify there. So what this is a certification placemat. We put this in place for the first time a few years back, where we look at what's being offered at Cruise360 and compare it against the certification requirements for that year. For those of you who are not enrolled in CLIA certification, we update our certification requirements year over year. So that's why it's imperative that you look at the logbook based on the certification year you enrolled in. So for this year, we've looked at what the certification requirements are, and we've identified how you can make the best of your Cruise360 experience in meeting those requirements. It's very easy, very simple to be able to do that alignment. But again, I'm going to also keep pushing career counseling appointments. If you have any questions, definitely schedule one. The thing is, all of this information is readily available on our website. So I would encourage you to do your research, do your connecting, and then if you still have questions, schedule that career counseling appointment. Now, let's hop into that pre-conference event that I referenced before. So on Tuesday, July 27th, is our pre-conference program. What we're going to do, of course, is have the pre-conference session first. The first session, that's the first 2 hours of the certificate program, followed by lunch on your own, and then the last 2 hours of the certificate program. Now, if for those of you who are not coming to pre-con, even though I feel like all of you should, for those of you who are not coming to pre-con, early registration does begin on Tuesday between 4 and 7 p.m. early registration for Cruise360 as a whole. Again, pre-conference is a separate event, if you will, with a separate registration. Now let's take a little bit of a deeper dive into what pre-conference has to offer. Pre-conference certificate programs. This year, for the first time, we're doing 3 certificate programs. In previous years, we've done 2, but we're doing 3 this time. We're doing, of course, the Family Cruise Travel Certificate Program, which is really, really popular with our attendees, because think about it, that falls in the area of groups, right? Groups mean more commission. Next, we're doing Accessible Cruise Travel Certificate Program, another one that is very, very important these days, particularly for those with disabilities that are both visible and invisible. And then finally, we have a brand new certificate program, and this will be the first time that it's ever offered. It's the Public Relations for Your Cruise Business Certificate Program. This is imperative. It will assist you in growing your business. It will assist you in staking your claim as a leader within the industry. Lots of great information there. Each of our certificate programs are worth 50 credits to be able to use toward your CLIA certification. All right, so here's a quick high-level overview of what Cruise360 will consist of. Wednesday will be the CLIA seminars along with general session. Thursday, product and destination workshops, as well as the trade show and another general session. Friday, our last general session in cruise line showcases, as well as on Saturday, our enhanced virtual ship inspection. So again, this is just a high-level overview. One of the things I wanted to tell our newbies who are joining us today is that by grouping our offerings by day, we have found there's less of a chance that you'll have a scheduling conflict between this session that you're interested in and another session you're interested in. So we are very proud that this has worked very well for our attendees over the years, and it's garnered great response, so we're sticking to it. Now, a few more questions that have come in from you all to our membership team. Do I have to stay the entire week? Yeah, come on, absolutely. Did you just see the schedule that I laid out for you? There are way too many opportunities for you to learn tons on selling and growing your business, to experience ships and contact with the cruise line representatives, where you can start to develop relationships and network. Not to mention the general sessions that has pertinent information that'll be delivered to all of you. There's just so much here that you definitely need to be able to take advantage of, particularly as we are in the midst of resuming cruise. When is the last day to register or sign up for the event, classes, workshops, or EVSIs? Again, we want you to have all of this locked and loaded before you show up on site. However, if there is a change, which will lead into the next question, how do I add to or change my schedule? If you want to make a change before you show up, just log back into cruise360.org, go to the seminar that you want to change or swap. You always have to drop one before you can add it in the same slot. You can't add it and then drop it. So if you want to change, for example, an 8 a.m. Seminar with another 8 a.m. seminar, you have to drop the one that you have already and then schedule the one that you want. As far as any changes you'd like to make after, yes, we'll be able to accommodate that on site, but admittedly, it'll be way better if you get all of that locked and loaded, and they'll make for a much smoother and enriching experience for everyone. All right, let's hop into it. This is going to be day one, if you will, of Cruise360, Wednesday, July 28th. And this is CLIA Seminar Day. I hate to say it, it is definitely one of my favorites, not just because it's my team who's standing before you and really just excited about sharing all of the amazing content that we've delivered that'll be brand new or updated. So it's going to be amazing. But let's talk to you a little bit about General Session 1. General Session 1 is something that you're not going to miss. You'll receive a high level of information for cruise line leaders, and it'll be hosted by our very own Charles Sylvia. There'll also be the President's Panel, and we will get a keynote speaker who will be CLIA's President and CEO, Kelly Craighead. So really excited for that. Now, there are some rules though. When you come into the general session, we ask that you all file to the front first and begin taking your seats. We know how you like to disperse and hold seats for friends and kind of sit in comfortable areas, but we want to make sure that everyone has the equal opportunity to enjoy the general session and that we fill the ballroom more appropriately. That will allow those people who are coming in after you have to find an open seat more easily. So again, please begin filling the room from the front of the room, working your way back. Also on Wednesday is the graduate reception, and this is by invitation only, and so you'll receive an email directly from me inviting you to attend the graduate reception if you have completed CLIA certification. If you completed it this year before Cruise 360, you're going to get that email, just plain and simple. All right. Now, something we implemented a few years ago, and it's going very, very well. We quiz on site. Now, it's not mandatory, but it's definitely a benefit because we also grade on site. So you'll be receiving Scantron sheets, Scantron forms. How many of you remember these from like elementary school? What you'll do is you'll get your Scantron form. You'll get one per seminar. So on Wednesday, we will have 5 seminars that you can choose from within the appropriate blocks of time. So you will inevitably get 5 Scantron forms. Always, always, always use the blue side of the Scantron form. That's side number 1. Use the blue side. And you'll have to write your name, date, and the name of the seminar. Don't worry. The CLIA trainer will be able to walk you through this again. You'll need to use your student ID, which is your personal ID, and that will be on your Cruise 360 badge. So let me pause here and talk really quickly about that Cruise 360 badge. It is your key into every single Cruise 360 event. If it's something that says it belongs to Cruise 360, you're going to need that badge. So make sure you hold on tight to it, you have it available, and you don't lose it, all right? Continuing on regarding the on-site quizzing, again, like I said, the CLIA trainer will be able to provide you with all of the information that you need. Take copious notes. Take amazing notes. We will allow for you to snap a picture of a particular slide if we're going through the information pretty quickly and you don't want to write down or don't have time to write everything down. You can take pictures of slides as long as you're using it for your own studying and preparation for quizzes. Again, another reason why you want to take copious notes is that you want to be able to write down everything you need to know to be able to implement the learning in the real world. Regarding the quizzes, non-members will not be able to utilize this benefit because, again, your personal, your student ID is your Embark ID. Non-members don't have Embark IDs, so they are not able to use this. And again, there will be on-site grading. This is not mandatory. If you opt to not take the quiz on site, you can leave and take the quiz online later. We are on to Thursday, July 29th, which is our product and destination workshops. They will begin at 8 a.m. and go through 10. And for those of you who don't know, our product and destination workshops are amazing. They're from all over the place, right? If you want to learn about so many different destinations or cruise lines or what have you, definitely take these product and destination workshops. And again, take notes, because these are the things that you're going to use when you go back to your office. Next, we have general session 2. And that's where the sales and marketing panel will take place, along with yet another exciting keynote speaker. Following that will be additional product and destination workshops. And then there is the Cruise360 trade show. You're not going to believe it. Be sure to pack light so that you can bring extra tote bags, because there's going to be so much stuff that you're going to be able to collect to take home. And don't worry, you don't have to necessarily try to figure out how you're going to pack it all into your suitcase to get on a flight or what have you. UPS will be on site so that you can ship your materials home. One of the other notes that I wanted to make is regarding the trade show. Again, look on the app, see all of the exhibitors who will be there, and make note of those exhibitors you want to go see and speak with. Look at the map. The map, again, is in the app. If you're looking at the map, you can then identify where each of those exhibitors are that you want to speak with, and then you can schedule kind of your path, right? You can make your own map of where you'd like to go, just to make the experience more efficient for you. Following that, we have our Hall of Fame dinner. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. The Hall of Fame Cruise Industry Awards Gala Dinner will honor our 2021 Hall of Fame inductees and give you the opportunity to enjoy fabulous cruise line entertainment over a divine meal. Can you tell I'm hungry? Can you tell I'm ready? All right. So next up, of course, is Friday, which is your cruise line showcases. And for those of you who don't know, each showcase hosts several cruise lines, and each cruise line has about 15 minutes to give you a presentation about their brand. This is not the same as a virtual ship inspection, but an amazing opportunity all the same. So cruise line families are often grouped together in particular showcases, while other showcases house cruise lines with similar products and itineraries. And then, in addition to our wonderful cruise line showcases, is General Session 3. And can I tell you, if you don't know Charles Sylvia by now, you've been under a rock. Our keynote for General Session 3 is CLIA's Vice President of Industry and Trade Relations, Charles Sylvia. And in addition to his being the keynote, there will be a small ship cruise lines a special panel. So be sure to dine in with us, because yes, a meal will be provided, and enjoy the information that will be shared with you from our general session stage. Finally, on Saturday is our enhanced virtual ship inspections. So let's talk about this for a quick minute. This is a new way to experience ships at Cruise360. We're calling it our enhanced virtual ship inspections. Now, during a VSI, EVSI, that's what the short term for it, you'll attend the cruise line session. They have an hour and a half to show you their latest ship, which was usually scheduled to launch during a time, unfortunately, that we were not sailing. But they're going to bring them to you, if you will, to the Diplomat, and present them to you in an enhanced way. Not quite the same as a normal virtual ship inspection, and as interactive as we can get it in the cozy, cool area of the Diplomat, based on the room that they're scheduled in. Now, here's another great thing that we were hoping to do, because you can only get EVSIs at Cruise360, and only at Cruise360 will these EVSIs not only meet your requirements for ship inspection requirements for certification, but in addition to that, we're giving you 3 elective credits per EVSI that you attend. So one of the things that we'll do is provide you with a link that will take you to our virtual ship inspection form. We are going to ask that you download this form before you show up, or you don't have to download it at all, but just definitely take notes when you're there in the EVSIs. And then when you get home and you're ready to submit those into your logbook, then download the form, fill it out based on the notes that you've taken, and upload that into your logbook. We are going to have a ball with that. I'm so excited and looking forward to just experience it overall. I have to admit, we've had very in-depth conversations with the cruise lines because we wanted this to be a different experience. While we really wanted to be able to offer you live ships, it just wasn't possible this time. So we came up with the next best thing. Now, another FAQ, FYI. Another FAQ was, what's happening Sunday and Monday? Well, if you didn't get the news, FAMs, or sightseeing excursions, they have already gone up on cruise360.org. People are scheduling for them, but they are very limited in number. So you want to make sure you go there and schedule yourself. That said, outside of just Sunday and Monday, sightseeing excursions, can we be clear on where we're going to be? We're going to be at the Diplomat Beach Resorts. Did you pay attention to the little ticker tape on the side of cruise360.org where it told you that you get a 10% spa discount by coming to Cruise360 with us? So why not get a lovely spa day on Sunday or Monday to enjoy? In addition to that, I just wanted to continue to talk to this because this location is a destination in and of itself. There are beautiful pools. There are multiple restaurants. It's right there on the beach. It's such an amazing place for you to experience. And when you think about it, it's also an awesome pre or post destination for those of your clients who will cruise out of Fort Lauderdale or Miami. So it will be good for you to do your own site inspection while we're there. Now, granted, you have to understand that, when you're attending the sessions for Cruise360, you're going to be busy. You're not going to be able to see nearly as much information or see as much of the Diplomat as you'd like because you're there to learn, right? You're there to network. You're there to connect with your peers. So Sunday, Monday, if you can get in the fam, awesome. If not, take advantage of that 10% spa discount and take in the destination. Another question we've received, what about receptions and sponsored meals? Well, I've already mentioned to you earlier in this webinar that this year's event is on the austere side. It's not going to boast so much of the grandeur of previous years. So the only receptions that there are, for example, the one that I've referenced regarding the graduates, is by invitation only. There will not be a reception this year that is just all out and out like it was in previous years. Regarding sponsored meals, we are going to have one sponsored meal this year. That information has not gone out yet. It will go out soon. So I want you to keep a close eye on your email because scheduling is limited. It's very limited. So as soon as you see it on your email, try your best to sign up for it. Now, when we're on site, those of you who do sign up for the sponsored meal, make sure that you get there before it starts. After 10 minutes after it starts, we will not be allowing people into the room. And this is out of respect for the sponsor as well as the other attendees. So you must be in the room before 10 minutes after the start. Now, if you get there or you go to try to log in and try to get the sponsored meal and you find that it's sold out, we will have a standby line, but that's only if there is availability of no shows for everyone who's scheduled for the sponsored meal, and some people just didn't come, or they didn't come in time for the door closing at 10 minutes after. So it's not guaranteed that you'll have the opportunity to attend, but if you're interested in trying, if it's sold out, there will be a stand by line. Pardon me. Another FAQ. Why are we at the Diplomat Beach Resort and not at the Broward County Convention Center? Well, for those of you who don't know, the Broward County Convention Center is undergoing renovations. That's right, there is a construction zone right now. They are working on that location to make it amazing. And the good news is we'll be back there next year at Cruise360. Cruise 360 next year is March 29th through April 3rd, and we're looking forward to it. We simply can't wait. And it is a quick turnaround, right? With Cruise 360 being just within the summer, just a couple weeks away, and then we'll turn right back around, and in March we'll be right back together. So be ready for the quick turnaround, because we certainly are. More questions that we receive is, what about guests and children? Well, at Cruise 360, we have no babysitters. So we are asking that children are not brought to the conference. Now, it's different if your family is joining you at the Diplomat, and while you're at the conference, they're off having a blast with themselves. That's all fine. So definitely take advantage of that, but please do not bring children to any of the sessions or events. Now, in regard to guests, for those who are a registered guest for Cruise 360, we of course assume that they're 18 years or older, an adult, and they are only able to attend the general sessions and the Hall of Fame dinner. So let's be clear and get that aligned, that they can only attend those things. So I think I have hit on just about every single area and potential question that could be asked. However, if you have other questions, now is the time. And our Justin Whitmer has been paying attention to the questions that you've posed, and he's going to read them out to me so that I can answer them for you. And Justin, I can't hear you, so you may be muted.
I was in fact muted. All right, so we got a question. Will graduates get an invitation to the graduate reception?
Absolutely. Graduates will get an invitation to the graduate reception. I will be sending that out before Cruise 360 takes place, so please pay attention to your email from me, Stephani McDow.
I've been doing my best to keep up with the questions as you were presenting, so there hasn't been any repeat questions. A lot of, what was the app name again?
Okay, absolutely. So the app is called Attendify. Let me see. Let me see if I can help folks out a little bit. I am going to the website to make sure I spelled it right for you. Okay, yes. The website is Attendify, Attendify. And you'll go into your app store and get that app. Now, once you're in the app, you actually have to search for 2021 Cruise 360. And once you've signed up for 2021 Cruise 360, you'll be able to see all the information. The app is free, and I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. So once you, if you could, hopefully you can see my phone, you'll sign up for Attendify, and then you'll go in and you'll see that, and don't mind mine may look a little different, but there is also the 2019 event still in there. So that's why it's important that you look up the 2021 Cruise 360 event. And once you've done that, you'll see this screen and you'll know to join it. And if you signed up in the past through the app, your information may still be there. For those of you who are brand new, you'll have to join and sign up with your information and a picture so we know what you look like. You'll be able to learn more, see all of the information for Cruise 360, and engage with one another. There's an activity feed. We always have so much fun on the app. You can rate the sessions that you attend. It's a lot of great information there, and so please join. And I also tend to post leading up to Cruise 360 just to share where we are with development and how easily it is for us to get there.
All right, we have a question from Charles Sylvia that says, I see that Elite Cruise Counselor of the Year is a category of the CLIA Hall of Fame. Does that mean if I earn my ECC, I could one day be inducted to the CLIA Hall of Fame?
That's
And what other things would make me eligible?
awesome. That is exactly correct. So one of our awards is ECC of the Year. And in order to be eligible for that, you have to be, of course, an individual agent member, a CLIA individual agent member with a CLIA travel agency member or CLIA Premier Agency member. There's some additional requirements when we're moving forward with that. But yes, if you've earned your ECC, there's absolutely an opportunity for you to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. When we go out with times to find out or get nominations, that's when it's up to your premier agency, your travel agency, yourself, a cruise line, to vote on your behalf or to submit a submission on your behalf for the awards committee to review and identify who the winner would be.
Awesome. Just to clarify, scheduling for sessions is available now.
Absolutely, scheduling for sessions is available now. You'll need to go to cruise360.org, log in, then go on the left-hand navigation pane and choose professional development. And under professional development, you'll see each session type listed. You'll click in there to be able to add the sessions to your schedule.
Since there is only one sponsored meal, will there still be meals served at general sessions?
Absolutely, meals will be served at general sessions. That's right. While Justin is sifting through all of your questions to see if he can find one that I have not yet answered, I wonder if anyone has peeked my luggage over here over my right shoulder. Yes, I've already started packing for Cruise360. Otherwise, I'll forget something. So yes, I am ahead of the game and I am so excited. Oh man, it's been so long since we've been able to travel and it's going to be amazing to see you all.
All right. What is the dress code for the Hall of Fame dinner?
The dress code for the Hall of Fame dinner. Admittedly, people come in all types of outfits, but it is a gala, right? So it gives you the opportunity to jazz it up a little bit, to get to do a little dressier. Anywhere between business, casual, and formal is accepted.
Will any of the conference be virtual for those that cannot physically attend?
No, there is no virtual portion of Cruise360. While we do have other virtual training events and virtual courses throughout the year, Cruise360 is 100% a live event. That is the only reason why, honestly, we were not able to move forward in 2020, because it's a live event. There's just way too much value in everything that we do with you, for you, and the industry as a whole to attempt to put that in a virtual platform.
A few agents are a little unclear on meals that may be provided. Can you clarify when certain meals will be and what will be?
Absolutely. As far as the menus offered at Cruise360, you'll be able to find that out once you're on site. But once you look, if you go to cruise360.org and you take a look at the schedule at a glance, you'll find that the times that the meals will be served. So on Wednesday, it'll be served at 1, Thursday at 2, and Friday at 1. I'm sorry, I misread that. That was a note that I completely misread. Okay, so sorry. You will receive 1 meal on Wednesday, which is a general session, 2 meals on Thursday, a general session, and then again at Hall of Fame, and 1 meal on Friday.
Awesome. Is my husband allowed to attend the gala as a guest with me if he is not registered for the event?
No, he can only attend if he's a registered guest. And if you're unsure how to get your husband registered as a guest, go to cruise360.org and you'll be able to add him as a guest registrant, or contact us at 202 7. Justin, I just my brain.
202-759-9370.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm so sorry. I have been multitasking and doing so much just to try to get everything ready to rock and roll for you all at Cruise 360, and I just experienced a brain freeze there. Justin, any other questions?
Are food and drink allowed in the classrooms?
That's an excellent question. One I do not yet have an answer for. However, once we're on site, I think we'll be able to provide that information. We are still waiting for an update from our contacts at the Diplomat to better understand how everything will be set up, and we'll be able to let you know. Any other questions?
What is the cost to add a guest?
That's a great question. Justin, do you have that answer?
I believe it is $4.99.
Awesome. Justin knows the thing.
And guests are non-travel agent attendees.
That's right.
So if you have a friend who is just not a member of CLIA, they can still register at the non-member price. They wouldn't need to register as a guest. Thank you, Chris Grum. He said it's worth mentioning that the app is showing the phone's local time, which might confuse some. So once we're all in Florida, hopefully it'll sort itself out.
Thank you, Chris. I believe it does. Any other question?
Do we need laptops for the enhanced virtual ship inspections?
You do not need a laptop, no. It's completely up to you if you opt to bring your own, but no. Any of the virtual elements, if you will be on the screen, and not anything that you have to log into. But it will take place in a room in the Diplomat on a big screen with the cruise line executive.
All right. And thank you, Karen. Apparently, if you go to the top right in the app, you can change the time zone.
Oh, awesome. That's what it takes, right? You have to play with the app, no matter what kind of app it is, play with it a little bit, and then you can get it figured out. Obviously, I have not done that yet, but I will. We had to, of course, check to make sure all of the information in there was tip-top and all correct, but I haven't played with it yet. I will.
Since the virtual ship inspections are in fact virtual, do I have to be at the Diplomat or can I attend these from home?
No. Now that's what I wanted to clarify. This enhanced virtual ship inspection will not be anything that you can attend outside of the designated room at the Diplomat. So it's virtual only in the essence that you won't be on the ship live.
And is this webinar being recorded for later viewing?
Yes, it is. This is being recorded. As soon as the link is up for us to share, we will absolutely share it. I'll post it in the app happily. We may be able to get it up on cruise360.org. It may be able to go out in an email to you guys, but yes, we're going to make sure that the link to this is everywhere. So hopefully we can share it consistently with anyone who was not able to be here. So if you know someone who's coming to Cruise 360 but has not attended this, please share the link with them once we get it out.
Not seeing any more reoccurring questions, so
Okay.
I'm hoping that that means that we have covered as much as we can. And
That works for me, Justin. Thank you again for asking those questions for us. And thank you all for attending again. If you had not had the opportunity to have your question answered, or you have questions around certification or Cruise 360 overall, please reach out to us. You could reach out based on the information here on the website or at the phone number that Justin provided you that Stephanie could not remember. But all of that information is always available to you at cruising.org as well as cruise360.org. And without further ado, I will lend you back your time, all of 8 minutes back to your day. And I thank you so much for attending, and I look forward to seeing you in just a couple of weeks. Take care.